I'm Paige, 28 years old. I'm a full-time housewife and I live in an apartment about 30 minutes away from my hometown that's a fishing town. I live together with my salaryman husband, Michael. My husband and I go back to my family house to have dinner pretty consistently. My father, Philip, and my older brother, Paul, are fishermen, and the other day my dad called and said, "We were able to catch some really fresh fish, so come over and have some." So Michael and I went back to my family house to have dinner. But then...
Both of you, thank you so much for always inviting us over to eat here.
Don't worry about it. We were able to catch a lot again today, and we wouldn't have been able to finish it all ourselves.
That's right. Hey, Michael, if you'd like, how about a beer? But I have to drive on the way home.
That's okay, I can drive tonight.
Really? Well then, if you insist, I'll have one.
All of the men in our family really do get along well. However, when it comes to Michael and I, and Michael's family, I wasn't able to build a good relationship with my mother-in-law. Michael had an older sister named Rachel, however. My mother-in-law really spoiled Rachel, and apparently before she got married, she had always said that she definitely wanted a girl when she had kids. And for the record, apparently she wasn't planning on having Michael, but because of Michael's father's opinion, his mother reluctantly agreed to have another kid. But then, Michael's father passed away around the time he was a high school student. And then, the first time that I met my sister-in-law, Rachel, was after Michael and I got engaged. And when we went to inform them that we were going to get married, But still, well, she seems like the type of girl you would choose, Michael. Plain like a potato and smells like a peasant. Huh?
Hey, Mom, what did you just say to Paige? Apologize.
Michael, to me, whether you get married or not, I don't care either way. But even if you're to have some trouble with money after this, you better not rely on me, okay? That's all I have to say, okay? Both my mother-in-law and Rachel have been unemployed for a long time. How on earth are these people surviving? They were both living a very good life, and when it comes to Rachel, she was like a spoiled brat from the city. Mom, I want to eat more cake. I already finished eating mine. I made sure to buy a lot for you, Rachel, so you can eat as much as you want. Wait here, I'll bring some for you. Rachel ate a lot, and she was twice as big as me horizontally and vertically. I can imagine that's the result of her mother giving her whatever she wanted to eat ever since she was little. Sorry to make you wait, Rachel. Chocolate cake, or Mont Blanc, or shortcake, or tiramisu? Which one do you want to eat? All of them. It seemed like we were able to get their approval, so Michael and I walked out quickly from his family house. And then 6 months after this day, on the day of our wedding, in the beginning, Michael was saying that he didn't want to invite his mother to the wedding, but apparently his mother had cut off all ties with all of her family and relatives, except for her father, Michael's grandfather. Even though my family and relatives were going to be attending, the fact that there would only be Michael's grandfather on his side, what would that look like? In the end, we decided to invite his mother to the wedding. On the day of the wedding, Michael and I were welcoming the guests at the reception. And then, that was when my mother-in-law and Rachel arrived, and... What is this? This cheap, pathetic wedding venue? Huh? I can't believe you're having a wedding in a place like this, and that you're going to make me and Rachel sit here? Oh, no. How embarrassing. Isn't it, Rachel? But then in the waiting area for the guests, Michael's grandfather arrived, and he scolded Michael's mother. Actually, Michael's grandfather was an investor, and he truly loved his grandchildren. And that grandfather said that he was going to pay for all of our wedding expenses, but we declined his offer. Michael started walking towards his grandfather and mother, and he also said,
Mom, that's enough already!
And he was yelling at her, but at that moment, oh, look, there's juice! And when Rachel saw the juice that was lined up in the waiting area for the guests, she started running toward it, but... To everyone's shock, the heel of the shoes that she was wearing broke, and she fell. I guess it couldn't support her weight. The poor high heels. Right at that moment, my dad and my brother walked by on their way back from the restroom, but...
Are you okay, ma'am?
Paul panicked and he reached out a hand to Rachel, and then he took her hand, and when Paul helped her out, he said,
It seems like you don't have any injuries. Thank goodness.
That was all he said, and he started walking towards the area where our relatives were sitting together. I like you. What? Michael, his mother, and his grandfather were arguing, and they didn't seem to notice at all, but I saw it very clearly. That Rachel was looking at Paul with hearts in her eyes, and then there... Sheesh, both of you shut up. Whatever. Fine. Rachel, let's go home. What? Go home? But wait. But then my mother-in-law grabbed Rachel by the arm and dragged her, and they left the wedding venue. On that day, after our wedding was over, Michael was given shocking news from his grandfather, and he cut off all ties with his mother on the spot. And then, a few days later, Michael and I finished our honeymoon overseas, and we were at the airport on the way home. Oh, it's a phone call from my dad. Hello, Dad?
Oh, Paige! Actually, Michael's older sister is here at our place right now, and...
What? But why?
Well, she's saying something about wanting to work with us.
Excuse me? Rachel grew up completely spoiled by her mother, and she wanted to work with us, a fisherman family. There was no way that was going to be possible. Michael and I rushed out of the airport, and we headed towards my family home, but...
Wait, Miss Rachel, we haven't accepted for you to work with our family yet.
Rachel came out from the fishing port holding buckets and ropes and a huge amount of equipment.
My father and I can carry all of that ourselves. Please, leave it.
I want to be able to help you, Mr. Paul. Please let me. Oh. And Rachel fell over.
Are you okay?
Oh, Paige!
That was when my father noticed me, and he came running over to us. And that was when he explained all kinds of things to us. But it turns out that after the wedding, Rachel went around to Michael's guests and asked for information. And she seems to have figured out that the person who helped her out when she fell was my brother. Apparently, she's saying she wants to be by Paul's side, and then she wants to work with us, and she refuses to listen otherwise. Please, I want to work. Please let me. But it was at that moment Michael is standing next to me, and...
That's the first time I've ever seen my sister say something that she wants to do so clearly.
Ever since she was little, Rachel was always doing as she was told by her mother, and apparently she never really said what she wanted to do herself. After that, Michael and I, my father and my brother, we were somehow able to calm Rachel down, and we had her come back to the house with us. But as soon as she came into the living room, Rachel got down on her knees. Please let me work here. I'll do anything. Please.
Rachel, you know that fishing isn't such an easy, sweet job, even though you've never worked a part-time job before.
I'm going to do my best. Please. With tears in her eyes, she put her forehead down to the ground. Hey, why don't we have Rachel try working here, just once?
What? Hey, Paige, but you should also know just how difficult our family work is, don't you?
But there's cleaning of the ships and things like that, right? We can have her start with the easy things and then... But also, it doesn't seem like Rachel's going to listen, regardless of what we say, so... Well, once she understands how difficult our work is, I'm sure she'll quit on her own. And so it was decided that Rachel is going to work with our family. And then a few months later, a Sunday afternoon, Michael had the day off of work, so Michael and I had arrived at my family house to say hello. We parked the car in front of the house, but it was at that moment that we stepped out of the car. Hey, you two! What? Michael's mom?
Hey, what on earth are you doing in a place like this?
Lately, Rachel is gone before I wake up in the morning, and she comes home late at night, and day by day she's getting skinnier. I asked her what on earth she was doing and where, but she wouldn't tell me, so I used my own power to do some research. Michael, one of your friends told me that Rachel was apparently working here. How dare you people? You're using Rachel like a slave. Huh? You wanted to harass me, so you threatened Rachel or something, and you're forcing her to work here, aren't you? I'll never forgive you.
Hey, Mom, Rachel is actually here on her own will to work, and...
Shut up, I've already called the police about this. Police? This woman, really, she is beyond pain. What are we supposed to do about her? I was tired of it, but I said this to my mother-in-law. Please, come with me. Go with you? Are you planning on making me a slave, too? No, I was just saying that you can come and see Rachel yourself. What? Rachel? When I told her that she would be able to see Rachel, my mother-in-law calmed down and followed behind me. What? Rachel? Standing on top of the boat that was docked in the port, she found Rachel together with my father and brother, and my mother-in-law went running over there.
Hey, what do you think you're doing to my daughter, Rachel?
Wow, another big catch today.
Hey, Paul, Rachel is catching more than 10 times the amount you are.
You're amazing, Miss Rachel. This is the result of your hard work over the last few months.
That's right. Actually, right now, Rachel was fishing up bigger and more fish than my brother and my dad. She had turned into a really skilled fisherman. Even though she was so chubby, she had gotten skinny already, and... Oh, I was complimented by Mr. Paul.
Hey, Rachel.
What? Mom?
Let's hurry up and go home. I don't know how these people are threatening you, but your mom is here now, so you don't need to worry anymore.
But it was at that moment that Rachel's face changed, like she had made a decision. Her face sharpened, and she came off of the boat and walked towards her mother. But... Mom, I've been working here this whole time, and I hadn't told you. I'm sorry, but you had cut off all ties with Michael, and if I told you that I was working here, I thought that you would be against it, so I couldn't say anything. But I'm in love with Mr. Paul. At Michael's wedding, I fell in love at first sight.
What do you mean, love at first sight at the wedding? Michael and Paige, they just wanted to harass me, and you were being threatened, and that's why you're being treated like a slave here.
I am not being threatened at all. Miss Paige and her family, everybody, they've taught me this job so kindly, and these days I've even fallen in love with my job as a fisherman. This is the first time in my life that I've become passionate about something other than eating. Everybody here was able to give me a chance at a new life. Actually, every morning, Rachel is coming over early, and it wasn't just her work as a fisherman. She's apparently even helping my mom with the chores. In the beginning, neither the chores nor fishing were going well for her, but these days, they said that she's become somebody really reliable in our family home.
Oh, that's not okay. Rachel, you have to be by my side forever, otherwise...
Mom, how long are you going to keep Rachel hostage?
Huh?
To be honest, I always felt a little bit sorry for my sister who had to do whatever you wanted of her. Ever since we were little, because she doesn't know any other world besides doing what you tell her to do. She didn't seem unsatisfied with that at all, so I didn't say anything, but...
Felt sorry for her, but I treasured Rachel more than anybody here, and that's why up until now...
If you treasure her, then why don't you let her have her own opinions and prioritize those? I don't think that anybody would be able to say that what you're doing to her is treasuring her. Everything is for yourself, isn't it? Really?
You! How dare you steal Rachel from me? I'll never forgive you. If only this guy didn't exist.
As she said that, my mother-in-law grabbed the bucket that was near her and swinging it around, she started heading towards Paul. However, right at that moment, a police car came from the other side and stopped right in front of us. A policeman came out of the car and he grabbed on firmly to my mother-in-law's arm. That must be the policeman that she had called herself. Seeing my mother-in-law throwing a tantrum like that, the policeman immediately captured her.
Hey, let me go!
Seeing her mother going wild, Rachel continued on to say this. For you to say if only Paul didn't exist? Mom, that's awful. And the fact that you're going to say such awful things about Paul, even if you're my mother, I won't forgive you. And plus, yeah, that's probably going to be for your sake too. I am also going to do the same as Michael, and I am cutting off all ties with you. To everybody's shock, Rachel suddenly announced that she was cutting off ties with her mom.
No way. But Rachel, I don't wanna. Rachel, don't cut off ties with me. No way.
My mother-in-law was yelling and screaming, but the policeman put her in the car. And with my mother-in-law on board, the police car disappeared. After that, Miss Rachel started living in with my family and working for them. Apparently, my mother-in-law was released by the police, but the next day she came to my family house and was crying and begging for Rachel's help. Actually, coming up until now, my mother-in-law was living off of her father's money every month. And she was threatening him to hand over money because she didn't have enough money for Rachel's living expenses. What Michael had heard from his grandfather on the day of our wedding was that. For the record, Rachel also didn't know about this, and Michael was the one that told her. Rachel said that she felt she had been living in a self-destructive way all this time, and she was going to spend the rest of her life working hard to make up for it. And that she also wanted to make up for her mother that had caused trouble to others. That's what she said to my family, and then she went to her grandfather herself and said he didn't need to spend money anymore. My mother-in-law was terrified that she would no longer have money to live, and that's why she came to try and get help from Rachel. But because she was causing such a commotion outside of the house, and it was causing trouble to the neighbors, Rachel reported her to the police. After that, apparently her mother stopped coming to my family house. And not only that, but the house that they were living in was under Michael's grandfather's name because he had purchased it. The grandfather decided to sell that house as well, and Michael's mother lost a place to live. She never held a proper job before, so there was no way she would even think to get a part-time job anywhere, so apparently she was sleeping around the parks. But then she got sick and was taken to the hospital. She didn't have money to pay for the hospital fees, and she ended up in the hands of a suspicious loan shark. And then she was no longer able to pay back her debt, and she's being made to work at a factory somewhere on a deserted island from morning until night. But because she's so bad at her job, she's being yelled at every day by her boss. And since her body is old and frail, she's crying every day while suffering around the clock. Well, she did this to herself. Well then, as for us, on the other hand, as usual, Michael and I are often going to my family house to eat with them. And then, lo and behold, Paul and Rachel got married. Currently, Rachel has turned into even more of a reliable sister-in-law, and really, she's such a hard worker. Hey, everyone! The whitefish hot pot is ready. And Mr. Phillip, here's your beer. I made sure to freeze the glass first, too. And here's yours, too, Paul. Michael, are you gonna drink?
Oh, I need to drive today, so...
Don't worry, I can drive the car tonight. Paige, oh, thank you. Michael is so lucky to have such a wonderful wife. As his sister, I'm really happy. Please, you too, Rachel. You're a wonderful sister-in-law.
You really have changed so much, Rachel. Seeing you work so hard, Rachel, day by day, I feel more in love with you. Really, you're an amazing wife.
Oh, come on. Hey, it's embarrassing. I'm too happy. What was I doing? What was I trying to do? Oh, come on. This is all your fault, Paul. Ugh, I love you. I'm happy to see that. Paul seems to be so happy. Rachel, we look forward to continue being family with you from now on.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!